And I call the honourable member for Goldstein.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And Deputy Speaker, unlike the previous Speaker, I'm going to talk to the aspiration of the nation for its sense of unity and purpose, and those people who make that happen every day. Since 1921, Australian Rotary Clubs have united men and women with a shared belief in securing a more inclusive society which promotes fellowship, integrity and goodwill. Building our social fabric is critical to securing our nation's great future. Our government has invested a record amount of money in local projects that help associations build that sense of community, because at the heart of this government is an understanding, the heart of liberalism is an understanding that the success of our nation does not come from Canberra and bureaucrats down. It comes from citizens and communities up, through strength, empowerment and possibility. Critically, as Liberals, we realise these values must be put into action and to work with our community partners to be able to do so. And it's for this reason that we celebrate Rotary Clubs of Australia. All of Australia's 30,000 Rotarians deserve recognition for their incredible contribution day in, day out, year out. Today I would like to acknowledge some of the leaders of Goldstein's exceptional Rotary Club community, whom we are all in awe of, and thank them for their incredible service to our community. At the Sandringham Rotary Club, I'd like to congratulate Ian Wells and Gary Thompson, who were elected President and Vice President of the club this year. I understand, Deputy Speaker, they've done a role switch, which shows you their commitment to their club and, of course, to the Sandy community. And I know I was lucky only last week to attend their Rotary Club meeting to discuss the development of a community garden just behind the Sandy Bowls Club. The friendly atmosphere and community spirit on display from the Sandy Club community, Rotary Club community, has always been a joy, and I've enjoyed going when I can to their changeover evenings to see the peaceful transition of Rotary Club power from one committee to the next. And I'm sure they are an exemplar of all of the Rotary Clubs who do great work. At the Beaumaris Rotary Club, I'd like to give particular thanks to the outgoing executive, including but not limited to their President, Heather Chisholm, and Secretary, Roy Seeger. Their commitment and dedication to the club does not go unnoticed. They regularly organise a local market at Beaumaris North Primary, and yes, from time to time I'm occasional visitor at that Rotary market. It's always a joyous affair, particularly if the weather is pleasant. And of course, not just the coffee, but the local produce. And of course, there always seems to be somebody who sells an enormous amount of strawberries there, which is not a criticism, Deputy Speaker. And I congratulate their work and the money that they raise in supporting the Bowie community. I congratulate the new leadership team consisting of President David Hone and Secretary Trish Smythe. And David has an illustrious past as the head of Bayside U3A, and so I'm glad to see him continuing his important community work. I'd also like to acknowledge Treasurer Linda Douch for continuing her role into the new year. I'm sure that this new team will continue to lead the Bowie Club from strength to strength, working with other community organisations like the traders and schools. At the Rotary Club of Glenara, I'd like to acknowledge the outgoing President, Alan Samuel, who has done a fantastic job leading the club over the 2018-19 year. The new executive team of President Lily Teichmann, President-elect Martin Verhoeven and Secretary Joan Luskak, I'm sure will have an exciting year of events and campaign activity planned to enhance and bring together that community to be able to do good charitable works. Furthermore, I'd also like to acknowledge Treasurer Jeff Asher for continuing his role into the new year. And there's something always about the Treasurer, Deputy Speaker, as I'm sure you'll understand, in a community organisation. It is a thankless task, often doing the hard yards with the other committee members, and we always thank them for standing up and taking on that important role of responsibility. At the Bentley Moorabbin Central Rotary Club, which regularly organises the local Bentley markets, I'd like to thank the outgoing President Ian Ballantyne for his tremendous service last year and welcome the newly elected President, Jeff Gledhill, Councillor I should say, more the point, Jeff Gledhill. I've known Jeff for many years now and I know he'll perform a wonderful role as President of the Rotary Club. builds on his past experience as a councillor in the City of Kingston and, of course, a vibrant, broad community contributor. And I wish him all success to him and his executive. Just recently, the Bentley Moorabbin Central Rotary Club held a night where club member Tony Grusad spoke about the experience on March of the Living, which is an annual educational program in Poland and Israel that seeks to inform participants about the scourge of bigotry and prejudice through exploring the remnants of the Holocaust. And like with the Sandy, the Beau Morris, I have also spoken at the Bentley Moorabbin Central Rotary Club and always enjoy the opportunity to share moments with them. This is one of many examples of the work that these Rotary Clubs do, and particularly the Bentley Moorabbin Central Rotary Club does in promoting Rotary's values and takes them into practice. At Hampton Rotary Club, I'd also like to congratulate the new executive consisting of President Stuart LaGrosse, Treasurer Rosalind Bodley and Secretary Liz Ware. Already the Hampton Rotary Club, along with the Beau Morris, Cheltenham and Sandringham branches, have taken initiative and planted 200 trees in Bayside. This fantastic project demonstrates the impact grassroots campaigns can have and highlights the important role that Rotary movement has in the environmental stewardship of their community. And I have a soft spot for Hampton Rotary Deputy Speaker, who's almost to the day after I was first elected to this Parliament, I attended an event with them with Gabrielle Gatto to explain the wonders of travelling France and cheese and wine, something I'm sure we can all be accustomed to. At the Rotary Club of Brighton, the mighty and very strong Rotary Club of Brighton, I'd like to give thanks to the outgoing executives, President Norman Thomas, Vice President Barry Hickman, Treasurer Kane T and Secretary John Schmoll. And congratulations are in order for the new leadership team consisting of President Keith Cameron, Vice Presidents David Efron and Ronald Scher, Treasurer Chris Tuck and Secretary Anthony Langley. Only a month ago, the Rotary Club of Brighton received not one but 2 Rotary District Awards. The club received recognition in vocational service for their RMIT mentoring program and recognition in youth service for their marine industry preparation program. The Rotary Club of Brighton is also famous for its annual art exhibition at Sandringham Yacht Club, which is coming up, and is always an exciting opportunity not just to celebrate local artists and those people particularly who like to capture the beauty of Port Phillip, but also to lighten your wallets to contribute towards the good charitable works that they engage with. And they have a long history with other Rotary charity groups in supporting important community works locally, but of course as part of the global projects that Rotary works on for things like the eradication of polio. And whether I can get to the opening night or not, because it's often on the same night as the Thursday of a parliamentary sitting date, I always make sure I endeavour to get down to Sandringham Yacht Club and celebrate this important art show and celebrate the success of our Rotary clubs. It's initiatives such as these that highlight the integral role that Rotary clubs have and play and will continue to do so in the wonderful Goldstein electorate. And finally, Brighton North Rotary Club. And I'd like to congratulate the incoming leadership team consisting of President John Blangiardo, President-elect Peter Killey, Vice President Peter Harris, Treasurer Neil Graham and Secretary Cheryl Cox. The Brighton North Rotary Club should be commended for their considerable contribution to charitable works. Earlier this year, the club co-hosted the annual Women in Rotaries International Women's Day Breakfast and raised an incredible $30,000 for charity. The Rotary movement is a cherished role in Goldstein community. I've spoken also at the Brighton North Rotary Club on some of my experiences in my former capacity as Australia's Human Rights Commissioner and also as the federal member for Goldstein. And I've always found them, as I have with every other Rotary Club, warm, embracing, full of model citizens, people who stand on their own 2 feet and understand the greatest responsibility of doing so is to assist others and help them to do the same. That goes to the core of the values and the belief that I represent in this chamber, the values that underpin the community of Goldstein, the values that underpin the cause and the mission of Rotary International, and of course, the role and aspiration and the values that we should want for our great country. And so it's with this congratulations that I want to send my best wishes to all the Rotary clubs in Goldstein, their outgoing executives, and those who have stepped up to the challenge. You embody the best of our nation. You stand up where others won't. You give of yourself, your time, and your resources to the benefit of our community, and for that we give our thanks.